Hi, this is Kamera. My first few minutes with God, day number 174, 1 Kings chapter 12 through chapter 14. King Solomon is dead. His son Rehoboam is now king. And the people of Israel, they meet with Rehoboam and they tell him, "We will be loyal subjects to you if you will promise not to be as hard on us as your father, King Solomon, was." King Solomon was a hard master. He was hard. He had harsh labor conditions. He had heavy, high taxes that he imposed, and they wanted everything to be lightened. So King Rehoboam, he seeks counsel, and the older council tells him, "Listen to the people, you will have loyal servants." The younger people says, "Tell him you're going to be as hard on him as his father was, even harder." He rejects the older advice and he listens to the younger advice. There's a revolt. Israel leaves him. And he even sends his men to go and restore order. They stone his man to death. So the only tribe that stays under Rehoboam's rule is Judah. They make Jeroboam king over all of Israel as God had predicted it would happen. And Jeroboam is something else. Jeroboam, he builds these two cows, tells children of Israel, "This is the God who delivered you from Egypt." He builds these shrines, and he make people priests over these gods. He even created an imitation festival, a religious festival to imitate the festival of shelters, also that the children of Israel won't be persuaded to go back to Jerusalem or Judah and be influenced to go back. So yeah, God is not pleased with that. So what he does is he sends a prophet, tells Jeroboam that he is going to raise up King Josiah, tells him what Josiah is going to do to his priests, and tells him that he's going to rip the altar as proof that the message is from him. Jeroboam doesn't like it, so he tries to seize or to capture the man of God. His hand goes paralyzed and the altar breaks. And so Jeroboam asked the man of God to pray for him. He does. He offers the man to stay. The man said, "I can't stay there. God told me to leave back a different way and not to rest there." Fine. So the man leaves, and while he's on his way back home, a different way back to Judah, a different man of God comes and tells him that God told him that this man of God should come and rest there. The man of God goes and rests to this man's house. While he's there, God tells him, "You're going to die for being disobedient. I told you to leave. Don't rest there." Yeah. So what happens? The man, he dies. And the lying prophet, or the prophet who had invited him to stay there, takes him and he buries him in his own vault. Okay, fast forward. Jeroboam's son gets sick. They want to know what's going to happen. He sends his wife in disguise to the man of God. When they get there, man of God calls her out, tells her that the child will die as soon as she enters the city, tells her a message to give to Jeroboam. Every member of your family is going to die a terrible death, and he's going to tell him the future of the devastation of Israel. Also, remind him, "I put you in position as king over Israel. You were a common person." But anyway, yeah. Meanwhile, well, after that, we'll just say after that, when the wife goes back to the city, as soon as she step foot in there, the son dies. Meanwhile, Rehoboam, he's over all of Judah and Jerusalem. And how about this? Children of Judah, they began to worship idols as well. They began to sin against God as well. So King of Egypt, he comes and he ransacks and plunders the temple of God and the royal palace. Isn't that something? Taking the gold shields and everything. But there you have it, guys. That's day number 174, 1 Kings chapter 12 through chapter 14. You have a God-filled, blessed day.